Hello. Well, it's been a while, so I thought I'd just jump on to say hiya and also just to welcome my new followers. I realised I haven't really been on here much, especially since lockdown. So, hi, my name is Jane Dowling. I am a health professional of 26 years. I've got a studio in London Bridge. And why did I start my blog, Meno Me? When I hit menopause at 46, I'm now 53, it hit me like a freight train. And I started to do a lot of research, and at the time there wasn't a lot of positive information out there. I mean, let's face it, we're not like the generation before us that went through menopause. We are the Kristen Louboutin and Zara generation. So I just thought I need to bring some positivity to the menopause world, but also to educate ladies, which I hope I've done over the last good few years. Why did menopause hit me so hard? I believe is because I was the most inactive I'd ever been in my life. Even though I'm a health professional for 26 years, I've worked in a spine rehab centre. I've worked in many top-end health clubs. I've worked with amazing high-profile people. I've worked with women with osteoporosis. I've run falls prevention clinics. I worked for the NHS. I've done such a diverse range of work, which is fantastic, that gave me the tools to rehab myself. Now, why did I need rehabbing? 14 years ago, before I opened my studio, well, actually 15 years ago, I was hit by a car. It was life-changing. It was awful. And because of that, my activities levels went down and down and down. Now, at the time, I was teaching around 35 to 40 classes a week, not all high-low, but I was teaching a lot of aerobics, a lot of step, a lot of body pump, etc. Also, I was teaching clinical exercise. And at the time, it was fantastic. So I had a really good balance. But then when I was hit by a car, I was in severe pain. I had total whiplash from my head down to my hips for a good few years. So I had to give up all my really high energy stuff, which meant my activity levels dropped, even though I was still training with all of my different classes, but my activity levels took a nosedive. And then when I was working with in the clinical field, I was working with vulnerable older adults who were in a lot of pain, and I started to get a little bit depressed, and I thought to myself, goodness me, am I going to end up like these people? So at the time, this was like 15 years ago, Powerplate was quite a unique piece of kit, so I was the second Powerplate studio to open in London. That grew and grew and grew, and then because of multiple years of teaching and gymnastics when I was younger, I cut a long story short, I had a shoulder operation that left me inactive for a good year and a half. But before then, I was in a lot of pain, so I couldn't use my arm. So apart from the back problem and the hips problems from the car accident, my shoulder really messed me up. When I was out of a sling after 4 months, it was totally fixed. I had a frozen shoulder. 2 years later, I had another operation. During that time, little did I know, my estrogen levels took a nosedive, and my progesterone levels were doing this. And I would talk about hormones, etc., on another blog. I had my first panic attack in my studio when I was 46. And it was really debilitating, and it was really frightening. I do a lot of public speaking, and I say when I take the floor, I say, if I felt like I did at 46, now there is no way I would be standing here. So the reason why I started my blog, and you can find me on all social media platforms, Meno Me, is because not only from a health professional standpoint, but from a personal standpoint, I understand what it's like to be broken. So that's why I'm here to help you. So follow me on my blog, follow me on my social media platforms, and let's do this together. Because I promise you, if you're broken, we can fix you. Small steps over time can make a huge difference to how you feel, both mentally and physically. Any questions? DM me, and do sign up to my blog, menome.com.